Hi guys, welcome to Money Kitchen Addiction. He's your girl, the only Money Quidi, double KK. So guys, in this video, I am going to be showing you all how I cook this delicious mouth-watering egusi white soup, popularly called egusi pepper soup. Before we start cooking, let me quickly show you the ingredients that I will be using to cook this egusi white soup. So this is the amount of egusi that I will be using to cook. And please, before you use it to cook, you have to fry it in a dry pan. You have to fry it for like 1 to 2 minutes. I didn't know I was not recording that, so I lost that part. So I will be using cow tripe, cow beef, and cow ring, popularly called roundabout. Okay, and I will be using dry pepper and crayfish. Please, you can't use scotch bonnet in cooking white egusi pepper soup. You mostly use this dry pepper. And this is the pepper soup spices that I will be using, already blend. My mom blend this for me all the way from Nigeria. You can use the unblended one, okay? This is the dry fish that I will be using in egusi white soup. Dry fish is a must, so I'm using dry fish, stockfish, and the black round fish. So I will also be using mackerel fish, okay? And I will be using 4 stock cube in egusi white pepper soup. Stock cube is the egg, so I have to come out very clean. You understand? And salt. So I'm using 2 of that stock cube to boil the meat. So let's start cooking. Like I said earlier, I already pour in the pepper, the crayfish, and the dry fish, and I'm adding 2 stock cube and a little salt to first steam the meat. I'm going to steam the meat. So after letting it to steam, you see I did add water. After letting it to steam, I'm going to add in water. Okay. So now I'm about to add in water, and I will be adding in 2 of this bowl. So 2 bowls of water. You can use more or less water, but for me, I don't want it to be too light and I don't want it to be too thick. So I'm in a moderate, I'm standing on the moderate position. So that's it. Now I'm going to add in my fish, the mackerel fish. Then I will cover it to cook for some minutes before pouring in my pepper soup spice. Yeah. Now I am going to cover to cook. Voila! My meat is set. So now I am adding in the spices, the pepper soup spice. And after that, I'm going to stir and cover it to cook for like 1 or 2 minutes. I remember I didn't let it cook that long before I pour in my egusi. Now I'm about to add in the extra 2 stock cube. Like I said, white egusi soup needs stock cube. Like, yes, I'm coming out clean. So if you are using my recipe, and the more egusi you cook, the more stock cube you use. So now you see the egusi that I'm cooking, and I'm using for stock cube. I used to boil the meat, and I'm using to cook, and I'm using all the stock water as well. Okay, so I just pour in the egusi now, and I'm stirring. You have to stir so it won't form lumps. Okay. So I'm just going to rinse the bowl with water and pour it in. And then I will be adding the black round fish. So I'm adding the fish now because I don't want it to break. Okay, I don't want it to break. So it's still going to cook with it because remember I use hot water to wash the fish, the stockfish, and the other dry brown fish. So I use hot water and salt to soak them for some minutes before I wash. But this one, it breaks too fast. That's why I am adding it at this particular time. Remember, I don't always love my fish to break. So guys, I'm just going to cover it to cook. For you to know that it is fully done, then you will see that the oil will come up. Are you saying it? This is the egusi oil. So like this, it is done. When it comes out like this, it is done. But I am still going to cover it to cook because of my meat, because the meat was so hard. This particular meat is very, very strong. Let me say the cow is good. So I still want to cover for the meat and the fish to soak inside more. So this is it. My goosey pepper soup. You see this roundabout that me will chop palm. Hey, oh boy, I'm going to enjoy my. Someone guess, what am I going to eat this soup with? If you are from Edo, you know the special thing we used to eat this soup now. So this is it, and I will be enjoying my wheat starch. Wheat starch, yes. And if you want to know how I make starch, the link will pop up 20 seconds before the end of this video. And if you want the normal egusi recipe where we use leaf and red oil, the link will also pop up 20 seconds before the end of this video. So like I always say, food is hard and everyone cook differently, but we all cook good. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. I love you all. Bye. Yes.